What if I told you a fortified city once fell, not by swords or siege engines, but by a single shout? Imagine a place sealed tight, its gates barred, walls so high and thick that no army had ever breached them. Armies trembled, and no one dared approach. Then came a nation unlike any other. No weapons, no ladders, no catapults, only trumpets and silence. After 40 years in the wilderness, Israel's long journey was nearly over. They crossed the Jordan on dry ground, touching Canaan's soil for the first time. Joshua stood as their leader, guiding a nation shaped by miracles, discipline, and mercy. Before them rose Jericho, a city of massive walls and sealed gates. To the surrounding nations, it was unbeatable. To Israel, it was the first test of God's promise. Joshua sent 2 spies to scout the city. They arrived at the house of Rahab, a woman known not for honor, but for her courage. Despite her reputation as a prostitute, she had heard of God's mighty acts, how he split the Red Sea and defeated mighty kings. She believed. When the king of Jericho demanded the spies, Rahab chose faith over fear. She hid them on her roof beneath flax, misled the soldiers, and then spoke boldly. "I know the Lord has given this land to your people. Please swear to me that you will spare my family when Jericho falls." The spies agreed, giving her a scarlet cord to hang from her window, a sign of protection. Rahab's courage set the stage for the miraculous events to come. If this video made you go, wow, or even just, hit that subscribe button. It takes a ton of work to make, and your clicks keep us from surviving on instant noodles alone. Enjoying the chaos, miracles, and epic stories? Subscribe. It helps us keep making videos and keeps the coffee flowing for more brain power. Like what you see? Smash that subscribe button. Making these videos isn't easy, unless you count yelling at a screen for 12 hours, which, trust me, doesn't pay the bills. The spies returned to Joshua with confidence. "The Lord has truly given this land into our hands." Joshua now faced a battle unlike any other. God's instructions were simple, yet strange. March around the city once a day for 6 days. 7 priests shall walk ahead of the ark, each carrying a ram's horn. On the 7th day, circle 7 times. Then blow a long, sustained blast, and all the people shall shout, "The walls will fall." To many, it sounded absurd, even childish. But Joshua trusted God's wisdom above human logic. He gathered the people and shared the plan. On the first day, Israel marched in perfect silence. The priests carried the Ark of the Covenant at the front, and the only sound was the deep, resonant cry of the ram's horns. Jericho's guards watched, confused. By the 2nd and 3rd days, they mocked the Israelites. "What kind of battle is this? No weapons, no attack?" By the 5th and 6th days, fear replaced laughter. Windows closed, streets emptied. Even the soldiers trembled as they watched Israel march in obedience. The people were calm, faithful, and united. Every step they took was a demonstration of trust. They were ready for the 7th day, the day everything would change. At dawn on the 7th day, Israel marched around Jericho 7 times. The priests raised their horns and blew a powerful blast that echoed like thunder. Joshua shouted, "Shout, for the Lord has given you this city!" Thousands of voices rose together, a cry of faith and trust. The ground shook. A deep rumble split the silence. Jericho's towering walls, built to withstand armies, began to buckle. Stones shattered, towers collapsed, dust filled the streets. Israel's warriors rushed in. Victory came swiftly, yet one home remained untouched, the house of Rahab. Her family clung to the promise of safety. Through the chaos, the spies appeared and led Rahab and her household to safety. Her faith had been rewarded. The rest of the city was destroyed, and all gold, silver, bronze, and iron was set apart for God's treasury. The fall of Jericho was more than a military victory. It was a testimony to God's power and the results of obedience. Faith, not force, had conquered. Obedience, not strategy, had brought the walls down. Israel witnessed a miracle, and Rahab became part of God's plan, demonstrating that courage and trust can shape destiny. Rahab's life was transformed. She married Salmon from Judah and gave birth to Boaz, who later married Ruth. From their line came Obed, Jesse, King David, and generations later, Jesus, the Messiah. A woman from a condemned city, with a tarnished past, became part of the Savior's lineage. Why? Because she believed, because she acted on her faith, because she trusted God. The story of Jericho teaches that obedience unlocks God's power. The Israelites did not conquer by strength. Rahab did not need status or influence. Faith and action mattered most. Today we all face walls, fear, doubt, guilt, past mistakes. They seem unmovable. Yet when faith meets obedience, even the tallest barriers can fall. Rahab's courage reminds us that God's plans often defy logic. He asks us to step forward even when outcomes are unclear. Our victories over sorrow, addiction, temptation, or injustice come through God's Spirit working in us, not by human might. Trust, obedience, and faith are key. Like Israel and Rahab, we too can witness miracles. Walls fall, lives transform. God's power works when we step out in trust. Stand firm. Trust Him. Watch what He can do.